The Christmas night buried Fearlett in thick snow. Flickering lights trembled in the cold wind, glowing over empty porches. It was the kind of quiet that lulled people into forgetting one truth. Winter nights often hide the most unexpected things. Near the end of the road, Helena's new house stood apart from the holiday glow. The silence around it felt less like a celebration and more like something holding its breath. The lone man approached from the end of the street, holiday bag in hand, breath still fogged from the cold. Reaching the porch, he froze. The door had swung wider, and a flicker of worry crossed his face, like something had shifted out of place. As he stepped inside, the room fell silent. The bag dropped with a cold thud. Beneath the glowing Christmas tree, Helena lay on her side, motionless, her loose hair catching the shifting lights, painting her pale face with a glow that felt painfully wrong. By morning, Helena's house was wrapped in police tape, flashing with harsh red-blue lights. The snow on the walkway had been trampled, marked by hurried footsteps from the long night. Any hint of Christmas peace had disappeared without a trace. Helena's father leaned weakly against the wall, eyes red and face drained of color. A nearby officer tried to speak with him, but he only shook his head, looking like someone who no longer had the strength to form words. An investigator replayed footage from the man's workplace, showing him leaving late and nowhere near the neighborhood. The solid timestamp pushed him off the suspect list quickly, at least for the moment. Patrick and Bridget stood behind the tape, scanning every detail inside the living room. The tree leaned slightly, broken gift boxes littered the rug, and messy footprints circled the area. Small details, barely noticeable, but each one felt out of place. A neighbor approached the officers, speaking in a low, uneasy tone. Patrick caught fragments. Evan, Helena's boyfriend, had been seen near the house last night, and there were messages suggesting an argument between him and Helena. Evan stood before the police car, trembling as officers pressed him about last night. His breathing was uneven. Patrick and Bridget exchanged a look, sensing that the most frightened person isn't always the one hiding the darkest truth. In the cramped waiting room, thick with the smell of paper and ink, Evan sat curled up in the last chair. Patrick and Bridget stepped inside, using the excuse of being friends to visit him. Patrick took the seat across from him, while Bridget sat close enough to offer a quiet sense of warmth. No questions were asked. Their calm presence alone made Evan's tense shoulders slowly begin to loosen. Evan lowered his head, pulling a phone from the pocket of his jacket. On the screen, message after message appeared. Sleepless nights, suffocating rules, and fear growing in the silence when she had no one left to lean on. Every line read like a cry for help she never dared to voice. Evan stopped at the final message, where Helena's words grew frantic and uneven. The sentence broke halfway through, showing only, "He isn't my real father. I'm scared," before cutting abruptly, as if someone erased the rest moments later. Patrick compared Evan's screen with the police report. Messages Helena had sent at night, filled with fear and desperation, were nowhere to be found in the phone recovered at the scene. Back across the street, Patrick paused at the window. Helena's stepfather sat slumped, exhaustion hanging off him, until he suddenly glanced around and bent toward the base of the Christmas tree, making a swift, suspicious motion. It lasted only a second, but it made Patrick freeze. Something at the base of the tree didn't match the image of a grieving man. Bridget glanced over, noticing the shift in Patrick's eyes, sharp now and carrying a new suspicion.